Fred Radio, this is Chiara Nicoletti from the 81st Venice International Film Festival. I'm honored to welcome Wright and Luca Marinelli, director and protagonist of M, Son of a Century. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to say that I was thinking while watching the film, and even afterwards, that I personally am a graduate in political science and I'm an anti-fascist. And still, after watching it all, I understood that I knew, I don't want to say nothing, but there were a lot of things I didn't know about this man and about what happened. So how was for you both this process in understanding? What did you understand about this figure and about what happened in that particular moment?
I probably knew even less than you. I mean, in England, we know of Mussolini as being this sort of slightly preposterous character who stood on the balcony and made funny gestures, you know, Hitler's buddy. But I didn't know nearly enough about the birth of the far-right populist movement and how actually that's maybe become Italy's greatest, most successful, rather, brand globally. You know, everyone knows what a fascist is. Or at least they think they know what a fascist is, and that was Mussolini's invention. As a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s in London, I was an anti-fascist, and I'd go around calling the police fascists and my school teachers fascists. I had no idea what a fascist was really, and so as the far right has risen around the world, it's been an opportunity for me to take responsibility and understand what's happening now through the prism of what happened then.
Luca.
I think that I had the same sensation as you, that I felt really ignorant because I knew the, how do you call it, the mark point of the rise of fascism and his evolution, but I didn't know really how the things went. And so for me it was a big recall in how important culture is and how important to study is, how important is to be present in the past and to be present in the present, to be present in the future. I think that's really important, and I hope that that is something that the audience will feel too, because la storia si ripropone. The story comes back again, and this is really dangerous, as we see now in our present time.
Yes, so there's something that I also read in the press notes that says that this series tells the story of a country that surrendered, I'm translating, itself to dictator and stuff. And that I was thinking what you just said, that this is a very important point that the series shows, that it was him, yes, he was in a way we like to think about him as the villain, as the bad, but a lot of things happened because on the other side there was no side. I mean, there were a lot of people that said, as we unfortunately do today, like, okay, he's gonna give up at a certain point, he's a fool, or he'll resign, all these things along the way. And that's what happened. So I wanted to know if you also focused on this aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was important for us to, I think it is important for us all to accept responsibility. Responsibility for our past and our future and how we relate to each other. We're responsible for each other as human beings, and not just to live in this kind of isolationist view that someone else can deal with it. You know, we're all responsible.
Luca, how did you both work? One last question. How did you both work on, you know, this thin line between making also show, an entertaining show, something that could have this rhythm that I was talking to Joe about, that I can really I didn't even want to go to the bathroom because I had to follow everything. So the rhythm was perfect, and at the same time, make sure that he was portrayed as human and not as the pop villain or something like that.
I think two things, because I never think about him as a villain or someone that is evil or someone that is a devil or something like that. I think that it's really important to avoid this kind of adjective, to not put him on another planet, but he belongs to us. He came from us. So this is really important. So I think this is something that we never did. But of course, all the things that you were saying, they were part of the personality of him. No, we see also today the politician using social media to reach people, and so in a way he was the how do you say, inventore. He was the one that invented populism. So it was part of him that we also wanted to tell.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Joe
you.
Wright,
Grazie.
Luca Marinelli for M, Son of the Century, How the Competition here at the 81st Venice International Film Festival. I'm Chiara Nicoletti for Fred, the Festival Insider.
Thank
Grazie.
you.